Exams are just around the corner. I know, the tension is real. But listen, what if revising The Midnight Visitor could be as fun as watching a suspense movie? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to break this chapter down so easily, you'll feel like a top detective yourself. So are you ready? Let's do this. Hello, mere pyare bachcho. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy to see you all here. Seriously, don't worry about your exams. Just forget all that tension for a little while. We're about to dive into a world of secret agents, dangerous missions, and some seriously smart thinking. Cello, let's start our adventure. So, what's so special about this story? It's our spy. You know, when we say secret agent, you think of someone like James Bond or maybe someone from the movies, right? Super fit, handsome, with all the cool gadgets. But our spy, Ausable, he's the complete opposite. He's fat, a little clumsy, and his main weapon? It's not a fancy gun, it's his mind. This story teaches us a very important lesson, Bachu. Never, ever judge a book by its cover. Okay, let's meet the main characters. First, of course, is Ausable, our very unusual secret agent. And with him is Fowler, a writer. Now, Fowler is really excited. You know, he's hoping for some action, some adventure. But then he meets Ausable in this small, gloomy hotel room, and he's like, that's it? This is the great spy? He's totally disappointed. And this is brilliant. Ausable is so sharp, he immediately knows what Fowler is thinking. He looks at him and says, you are disappointed, you are expecting mysterious figures, pistols, drama, right? This shows us, right at the beginning, that behind this fat, sloppy man is a very, very intelligent mind that understands people. So Fowler is thinking this whole trip is a waste of time. He thinks the evening is going to be super boring. But just as he's thinking that, the story takes a huge, dramatic turn. The moment they step into Ausable's room, the real action is about to begin. And boom, just like that, they switch on the light and there's another man in the room holding a pistol right at them. This is Max, a rival agent. For Fowler, oh my God, this is it. His heart starts beating fast. This is the real spy stuff he was hoping for. The adventure has begun. So, what's the big deal? Why the gun? Well, it's all about a piece of paper. But this isn't just any paper, Bacho. It has top secret information about new missiles. This information is so important, it could change the course of history. Max is there to steal it, so the stakes are super, super high. Now, in a situation like this, a normal spy might try to fight. But Ausable, he's not normal. He has no weapon. So what does he do? He uses the most powerful weapon he has, his brain. Now watch carefully, because this is where his genius plan begins. He starts to create a story, completely out of thin air. Okay, let's take a small break here. I want you to think. A man is pointing a gun at you. What do? Freeze? Panic? Try to fight? What would your first move be? Think about it. Socho. Let's see what a master of mind games does. This is just incredible. Instead of panicking, Ausable starts complaining. He acts all annoyed and says something like, oh man, the balcony. This is the second time this month someone has gotten into my room through that balcony. He adds details saying he's complained to the hotel. He is literally painting a picture of a balcony in Max's mind. A balcony that isn't even there. So Ausable has planted the seed of this fake balcony. The tension in the room is already sky high. And just when you think it can't get any more intense, it does. An unexpected sound is about to change everything. Suddenly, knock knock, there's a sharp knock on the door. Everyone just freezes. Max gets super nervous. Who could it be? The room is just filled with suspense. And what does Ausable do? He just smiles, very calmly. He tells Max, that will be the police. I told them to check on me, since this paper is so important. What a move. This is pure genius. He uses the knock to put even more pressure on Max. Max is now completely cornered. The knocking gets louder, he's panicking, his eyes darting around the room looking for a way out. And what's the only escape he can see in his mind? The balcony. The very same balcony that Ausable just invented. It's a perfect trap. Checkmate. So Max believes the police are right outside. He has to escape, and fast. He climbs out the window, planning to wait on the balcony. But will Ausable's crazy plan actually work? Let's find out in the brilliant conclusion. The door opens, and it's not the police. It's just Henry, the waiter, bringing the drinks that Ausable had ordered earlier. And just as the waiter comes in,
they hear a scream from outside. Max jumped from the 6th-floor window, expecting a balcony, but there was nothing there.
Fowler is speechless. He asks, "But the man on the balcony?" And then Ausable, as cool as ever, delivers the final amazing punchline. He says, "No, he won't return. You see, my young friend, there is no balcony." Just like that, he got rid of a man with a gun, using only his words.
So what was Ausable's real superpower? It was his presence of mind. It's a very important phrase. It just means the ability to stay calm, think clearly, and act quickly in a dangerous situation. That was his secret weapon. And that's the story. Brilliant, isn't it? Okay, story time is over. Now it's exam time. Let's quickly go through some very important Pukka 3-mark questions from this chapter that will help you score full marks. Let's do a quick revision. Okay, first question, a very, very common one. How is Ausable different from other secret agents you see in movies? We discussed this right at the start, remember? Let's make some clear points for your answer. Here are the points you must remember. First, his look. He's fat and sloppy, not fit and dashing. Second, his lifestyle. He lives in a small, musty hotel room, not a fancy villa. Third, his method. He uses his brain and stories, not guns and gadgets. And fourth, a small detail, he has an American accent, even after living in Paris for 20 years. Got it? Perfect. All right, next key question. How did Ausable outsmart Max? This is basically asking you to explain his brilliant plan. To answer this well, you need to break it down into simple steps. Let's go through it.
Listen carefully. Step 1, and this is the most important, he remained calm. He didn't panic. Step 2, he made up a convincing story about a balcony, right? This created a fake escape route in Max's mind. Step 3, he used the waiter's knock to pretend the police had arrived, which made Max panic. And step 4, he put these 2 lies together to make Max believe that jumping out the window onto the balcony was his only choice. A perfect, flawless plan. And finally, what's the most important lesson we learn from this story? It's a really powerful message, Bacho. That true power isn't about physical strength or having weapons. The most powerful thing in the world is your mind. Intelligence, quick thinking, and staying calm. These are your greatest assets. Always remember, in any situation, brains will always, always beat guns.